We just woke up and forgot that this morning is when our interview comes on with Inglis and Tony.
All right.
So what we got coming up now?
So this is our interview on the ICW with our good friends as a transition down the Intercoastal Waterway. You know, it's a great interview, and I tell you what, I mean, we've been sitting here talking during the break about how incredibly crazy it is. I guess
Insane.
incredibly
I mean, it's a
crazy.
wonderfully romantic lifestyle. I mean, that's like kind of we all in the back of our minds somewhere would just love to do that. But I think I would have to be a little more concerned with the equipment I chose to do it with.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, though, they were all smiles.
That's
I mean,
wonderful for right now.
You know what? Look at the map and figure out where we are. It's taking them a while. It's taking them a while, but they're on the way to Florida. That's where we're going, right?
Yeah, that's where we're going. We have a 15 horsepower short shaft motor that is an old Mercury 4-stroke, and it's still running. We try to make it last as long as possible, and yeah, we're just going when we can.
Well, I'll tell you what. First off, and Tony said it earlier. I mean, big commendations, big slap in the back, high five, whatever you want to call it, for going after your dream. Going after whatever you want to. I mean, I love it. You guys are smiling. You're not sitting here. You're not sad. You're not angry. You're loving it. You're having a great time.
We really are.
You're in the mid-30s. We won't get those out. We don't have to do that. Mid-30s, and you're probably at a point in life where you're like, hey, I want to go do something I want to do. And enjoying the water is not a bad place to be. So what are your plans when you get to Florida eventually? And when do you, in your mind, like, when's your time scale for when you want to get there?
Well, of course, you know, we thought it would take less time than this to get to Florida, you know, but
As he starts laughing.
you know, as with boats, everything, it takes a lot longer. We have about 2 weeks of boating experience total now, other than the times that we anchor and just hang out for the day. But we didn't know anything about boats when we bought this boat. I kind of tricked her and was like, hey, do you want to go to the beach? And she's like, yeah. Well, little does she know, I found this boat on Craigslist in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and was like, all right, we're going to the beach. And so I'm like, oh, she gets in the car, and I'm like, oh, we're also going to look at a boat. And so
Smart man. Hey, but at least you got her approval in some degree before you bought it.
Right. She went to look at the boat with me, and she's a trooper. She was on board, and so we had to pick up the boat. The guy gave us 30 days to come pick it up. It was sitting behind his house, floating for about a year, and so it took us about 2 months.
Now we're on a catamaran hull, just so you know, and I'll take some pictures and put it up before the show. We're on a catamaran hull. I mean, this is a big boat. What, 36, 40 foot?
Well, it's a Iroquois Mark II, a Sailcraft Iroquois Mark II, and it's 30 feet long. But with the added sugar scoops, it is 32 feet because somebody who owned this boat before us. The rudders, they got rid of the rudders that were on both hulls and then just put these sugar scoops on. And we fixed it up. We pulled this boat out of the water in Hampton, and we did the paint and did some fiberglass work and, you know, just kind of winging it, did as much as we could within.
Well, you've obviously got her seaworthy now, so, I mean, you made it here safely, and you've got, what, about 400 miles left? Is that, no, or maybe more. What, have we figured out the mileage?
Yeah, it's going to take between 950 to 1,000 miles, and so we've gone about 400. So I'm thinking we're almost halfway there.
So you're almost halfway there in a month, and right at a month.
Yeah.
Right at a month. So you should be there by February or the end of February.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we kind of hung out a few places because they were really cool.
I was getting ready to say, now you don't get off the boat here because you don't want to meet any people from Murrels Inlet, because if you get to hanging out with us, you may just anchor the boat and never leave. And we'd be okay with that. Trust me, we welcome people from out of town.
Awesome.
We get a lot of people from out of town. Trust me, we're a big tourist trap. But you guys are going to have an incredible trip. Now, were we in a professional world before? What's the deal? We're going to get personal here, but
Yeah.
like, why did we just up and run? Are we running from the law?
No. No, I mean, you could look at our boat and think maybe we are, but
No, not at all.
yeah, no, this is not the motor for a getaway.
No, you definitely didn't pick a good motor.
We could do about 40 or 50 miles a day if we go all day, and the currents are right. Because now we're getting with the currents and everything. But before, I was a photographer, and I guess I still am, but I would shoot weddings every weekend and do a lot of real estate. So I would shoot real estate during the week and on Sundays, and shoot weddings on Saturdays. Yeah, and then edit every night and all that, and then just.
I'm the world's best assistant.
Yeah, she is.
Assistant? There you go.
I am.
There you are.
First mate.
She would do the floor plans for houses. As I would take the pictures, she would build the floor plans on the iPad, measure the walls, and add.
Well, you know what? Photography and real estate go hand in hand. I'm telling you, we're looking right now. My wife and I are looking, and it's so much easier to go look at a house and see the pictures and everything. So you guys are creative. Obviously, you've got a social media presence. Now, if some of our listeners want to follow you guys over the next month or 2 or 3 or 4,
Yeah.
well, how do we follow you?
So we're on YouTube, and we just reached, I think, 13,500 subscribers.
Wow! Wow!
We just started in like July or August, but I think half the people really want to see us succeed, and the other half want to see the boat sink. So they want to see it's like watching for the wreck.
Exactly, looking for the wreck.
Yeah, but who knows what's gonna happen. So if people want to follow us, it's YouTube, and our name is 9to5less. It's the number 9, TO, the number 5, LESS, with no spaces.
And in case you were wondering, they came up with these incredible business cards because of the fact that they don't have jobs right now. So 9to5less, that's perfect.
Yep. So we were in Southport before this, and we met a lady who said if we send her if we work up something for a business card, send it to her and she'll print it out. And sure enough, next day she gave them to us, and we cut them up, and now we have something, so we don't have to just tell everybody or type it in their phone and stuff.
That is so cool, man. I tell you what, it's funny because a lot of times, and I'll tell you, I fish here all the time. Tony and I fish bass tournaments, and you see boaters. They'll a lot of times they'll moor in the creek that we're in right here. Mm-hmm. You can't get a wave out of them for anything. And we slowed down back there, and you waved. You guys waved, and I was like, oh, cool, ever. And so we started talking, and I said, Tony, turn the motor off. I'm half deaf anyway. So it's a pleasure to meet y'all.
Yeah,
and I'm going to tell you, you got fans in the Southern English radio show, and what we'll do is we're going to start following you, and we'll keep updates on where 9to5less is.
Yes.
On our social media. We'll keep up to where you guys are, and who knows, in a couple weeks, we'd love for you to call in and say, hey, this is where we are. We made it here, and blah, 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 and tell us what you saw along the way. Now, we're a fishing radio show, so I'm looking, where are the fishing rods at?
Yeah, so we do have one fishing rod on board, and it's one of those tiny backpack ones.
Yeah, the one that shoots out or extends out?
It's not a telescoping.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
This one's made by Master. Out in Southern California, and it's great for kayakers. It's a regular rod, but just a shorter pole on the end of it. And so once we get to some, like Florida, I think, we'll buy fishing licenses, because I don't think we can fish here unless we have a license.
No, you'd have to have a license.
Yeah, so
that would be great. No, but today and tomorrow, you can fish. Nope, they're not from South Carolina. Yep, you got to be South Carolina residents, but today and tomorrow are free fishing and hunting.
Man, that's really cool that they do
But
that.
if you're a resident, I know it's cool, and it helps introduce kids, which we're big at promoting the outdoors to kids. It helps promote kids and parents that might not get outdoors a lot, that don't have licenses. It's a great weekend for them to get out and introduce them. But
And that's really cool.
it's so cool to run into y'all, and I tell you what, we can't thank you for the hospitality of hopping on the boat. Not many people would do that.
Yeah.
And we wish y'all the best of luck.
Thanks, man.
And again, 9to5less
Yep.
on YouTube is your channel.
Yeah.
Or channel. It's a
Yep.
channel. And they can keep up with that. Hey, what if somebody wants to contribute? Are you guys like looking for monetary?
Yeah, because
Let's talk about that. I mean,
We are pretty
come on.
broke right now.
We're
That's
now
why we
topless.
anchor. Yeah. that's
How
why we
can
anchor.
people make a monetary donation? If they want to help you guys get down there, can they go through that channel and find out, or how?
So we did start a Patreon page, and
Okay.
right now we have 9 patrons, and so that way they could go and give us a monthly income. Right now we don't have tiers. We just have it to where you can give whatever you want
Yep.
per month, and that way it's not per video, and people get hit with a large bill at the end of the month or something. It's just kind of, what you're going to pay.
Well, that is so cool. And I tell you what, man, super props on having the balls, pardon my French,
Yeah.
to make the move and do whatever and get out here. And we're glad you chose to do it on the outdoors, and we're glad we ran into y'all. Y'all be safe.
Cool. A lot of people have come by today. I guess that's because it's free fishing day.
Yeah.
It's free fishing day, but a lot of tournaments going on.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people come by and we wave at everybody, and usually we get a wave back, but you guys are the only ones that stopped.
Well, I was looking at you when I said, I looked over and I saw no mast on a sailboat. I said, uh-oh, they might be broke down. But I see you guys got it covered. You got solar panel up here.
One solar panel goes to a solar charger and one deep cycle battery. And we have nothing inside. If you want to take a look, the whole thing.
Look at that!
There's nothing.
Wow.
We were roughing it.
Yeah, we have an air mattress, and we just kind of tuck the bed up there, and we unfold it in the morning. But we do have the laptop set up now, so we've been editing today, waiting for this big storm tonight.
Yep. You know it's coming. So
Oh
you
yeah,
keep it up
so
with the weather.
that's why we're not moving today, and then we'll try to get to the next anchorage tomorrow. It's about 11 miles away, and then stage for the Georgetown Pass.
Well, the Georgetown Pass can be tough, as Tony will vouch for. Tony's from Georgetown. The Georgetown Pass can be tough.
And that's what we'll find on Monday, because we made the mistake of going through Cape Fear River with the
Oh,
the one
no,
coming
you
against
did
us.
not.
Oh man,
Yes,
it was brutal.
We were airborne.
I'm pretty sure I got this thing airborne out of because we timed the currents correctly, but then a patrol boat came and bumped up into us. Was like, this big ship out of Sunny Point has to do a U-turn right here, so you got to clear the channel. And by the time all that was over, the currents and the wind were coming against us, and Jess almost threw up.
Yeah.
And we could only go about 3 or 4 knots, and this motor kept coming out of the water. We worked it pretty hard that day, and we don't want to do that again. So we need to time it correctly for Georgetown.
Well, I'll tell you, as far as I know, like the areas on the Intercoastal Waterway, from here south, right now, immediately, you need to really be careful around Georgetown,
Okay.
and really be careful around Charleston. And Charleston's going to be incredible. Y'all are going to have so much fun. You're going to meet some of the coolest people. By the way, Charleston is like the most welcoming place in the South, and it's voted like #1 place to live. But you guys are going to love Charleston. And don't be surprised if you anchor this boat and never decide to leave.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
I
Now,
don't know. It's going to be in the 30s
yeah,
coming up. Yeah. So maybe.
well, there's a bass boater. Yep.
We might get some wake here.
Yep, big tournaments going on today. Well, listen, thank y'all for taking the time.
Hey,
we
thank
can't
you.
thank you enough. And you know what? Who knows? We're going to have a great time on the radio show Saturday today, which is next week, considering we're recording on the Saturday before. We love to do that on our recorded things.
Yeah.
But who knows? I hope we get you some new fans to follow you, and we'll keep up with you definitely, and keep people informed on where y'all are at.
Awesome.
Thank y'all so much. Hey, this is the roving reporter as the Bassmaster keeps us from getting slammed against Cacao. I'm going back to the tundra, a.k.a. Tony's Bass Boat, and we're going fishing. Peace out.
Take your call.
That was a lot of
man, that was too cool, man.
That was a lot of fun. All right, so an update on where they're at right now.
Okay, tell us, where's
They
the
are
cacao
south.
at?
They are south of Charleston,
Uh-huh.
passing or very near John's Island.
Very good. Good for them, man.
Yep.
They're getting to see some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, they are. You said they are listening right now? Yeah, they're listening.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm still thinking about you. Still wishing you the best of luck. Y'all are so awesome to go do what y'all are doing.
True adventurers.
Not a lot of people can say, let's just go. No,
No,
do
man.
it. Let's just cut it loose.
We just
and-
went.
Well,
Yeah,
when
we
they're
did.
done, that's the right word right there.
What?
Adventure.
Exactly. When they're done, they can write a book. On the water.
They
Like
may
Jack
have the
Kerouac
book
wrote,
written
did
by
On
the
the
time
Road.
They get to Florida.
They can do On the Water.
They may have the book written by the time they get to
There's a good possibility.
Good day. That ain't too quick.
No.
They got plenty of time to think about and do things.
It
And
cracked me up when they said they almost got an airborne crossing the Cape Fear River.
with a 15 horsepower motor.
Yeah, man.
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine the stress on that boat at the point that pilot boat came out there and said, "Bumped into it,
Get out.
get out of the way. You're gonna have to get out of the way." But anyway, yeah, we'll set them up for next week, hopefully, and have them on to talk about the trip and how it's gone, which will give us 2 weeks that they've been traveling since here.
Oh, yeah, we definitely got to stay in touch with them.
And
And always know their coordinates, so if we
And
can't
I'm
get in touch
messaging
with
with
them
them.
next
I'm
week.
messaging with them right now, so they're up and at it. And actually, they listened in on the iHeart app.
Yeah.
They just listened into the interview, so they got to hear themselves. But wow, all I can say is this
So
much.
cool.
He was laughing. And I don't know if he said it on air, but he thinks that half of his YouTube subscribers want them to fail, and the other half want them to succeed.
Yeah, half of them wants them to succeed.
That's what they say,
Half
man.
wants the boat to sink.
That's what they say about people who watch NASCAR. Half of them are watching for the crashes.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Because we don't care about the straightaways. We want to see turn 4, baby. Hey, well, you know, it's time for a fishing report in our Murrels Inlet fishing report. Brought to you by Base Boys Bait and Tackle. For all your needs, stop into Base Boys Bait and Tackle, and I'll tell you, we stopped.
That was awesome.
That was really cute.
That was so cool. We've
Thank you,
never,
guys.
yeah, I really appreciate that. We've never done anything like that.
Everything. But Jay had
I'm on the radio all the time.
time.
Just kidding.
He was starting to tie.